Hello there, Ticket Subs fans. Captain Marvel, the 21st film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This film is directed by Anna Moden and Ryan Fleck, and it is marvelous. This film, it is so surreal watching this film. This one, back when they had that Marvel press conference, they announced all the films in, I believe it was October 2014. This was the farthest one. I think it got... the release date was moved around a little bit, but I remember thinking, like, this film is 4 years away. But it arrived, it's here, and as you're watching it, like, that one was the last one on that list, and just so cool, seeing Captain Marvel on the big screen, Carol Danvers. Brie Larson is fantastic in the role, and it's just so cool. Like, we have another, like, established superhero in the MCU, and it's just so cool watching it, and you're just like, they're going to interact with the other characters. It was cool. It was so cool. Right from the get-go, the 90s setting in this movie is just fantastic. Well, once this film gets to Earth, is when everything kind of starts. You can see all the 90s stuff and the blockbuster, saw in the trailer, but there's so many awesome other 90s aspects that they talk about in this movie too. I don't want to spoil those, but definitely they really utilize the 1990s setting very, very, very well. And they, a lot of great, the music in this film is fantastic. They do such a great job with the 90s music, so that's really cool seeing too. Another element of this film that is just so surreal seeing is the Skrulls. I believe it was July 2017 at Comic-Con when it was announced that they would be the main antagonist. Or was it July 2016? I don't know. It was one of those, one of the Comic-Cons, I forgot. But they announced it, and you're just like, these are, and they were on the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes TV show. They've been just such a prime, prime antagonist in Marvel history, so it's just so cool seeing them on the big screen too. And what they do with the Skrulls, obviously their defining quality is their shapeshifters, so they can take the form of anyone. So that definitely adds a whole new element that we don't see with a lot of other villains. But they do a lot of really interesting things with the Skrulls in this film. I don't want to give away anything too much, but definitely they take some twists and turns that I was not expecting, and I think it really pays off, and it really subverts some expectations that you might have, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Samuel Jackson in this movie too, so awesome seeing him as young Nicholas J. Fury. He was awesome. The CGI is fantastic. Agent Coulson, when he's on the screen, Alex and I, we love Coulson. He's one of our favorites. And that character has he's one of Alex and I. We love Agent Coulson, so it's so cool seeing him back. And the CGI on him looks great too. And the oh my gosh, the second and third act of this movie, everything, like kind of the later second half and beginning in the third act, everything really just whoa, it was awesome. It was so awesome. It is so awesome. And the post credit of this movie, there's two, but in one of them particularly, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. The post credit is so awesome, so awesome. Sorry, Captain Marvel. Now, while I could just sit here and talk about awesome things about this movie, which are definitely a lot of, film review channel. Got to talk about some other some other things. So there are a few things that I think could be improved. The opening act of this movie, I'm not quite sure I need to think about it a little bit more. But something about like the first 5-10 minutes, I don't know if it was the pacing or because there's some really cool shots in there too of the opening scene. But I wish maybe it's the opening like 10 minutes. I think will be better upon second watch. It's a lot of new things are thrown at you very fast, and I don't even know if it's that, but I need to think about it. The first 5 to 10 minutes, something. I think the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie will click better on second watch. Something about it. I need to think about it more, but something didn't. The rest of the movie was definitely a lot better than the first 5 to 10 minutes. Also, this really kind of just depends on your preference, but there's a few scenes where this is the 90s MCU timeline, so a lot of if some of the events of this movie happen in present day MCU, I don't think people would not react to it as kind of like this isn't the first time they're seeing stuff like this. But there are a few scenes in this movie where, like, stuff that hadn't happened, that really hasn't happened yet in the 90s. You know, this is the first time it's happening. That happens, and I think it could have, I think reactions to stuff could have been more kind of like, whoa, this is pretty big. Like, this has never happened before. And I think some reactions are just kind of like pretty casual about it, which is, it's fine, but I don't know. It's just something to acknowledge. All in all, though, Captain Marvel, you know, Endgame is gonna be awesome. So pumped. This movie, you know, Brie Larson was great in the role. So cool seeing Carol Danvers on the big screen. It introduces this whole new world, but while relating elements to kind of some films we've already seen. The 90s element is so awesome, and it's a marvelous time. All right, everybody, if you've seen the movie, comment your thoughts in the comment section below, and I already used this pun, but have a marvelous rest of your night. Thank you.